fellow hobbits, Bungo here with a little Middle-earth theory. You may have heard the theory that's picking up a lot of steam online about Gollum actually being a personality trapped inside the One Ring, instead of him being the ugly little creature that we all know and love. So without further hesitation, I'm going to show you why this theory is most likely true. The ring, as we know from the books and the movies, is constantly trying to get back to its master. This implies that it definitely has a mind of its own. According to lore, our lovable little friend Smeagol held on to the ring for around 478 years. 478 years in which it poisoned his mind and deformed his body, going as far as taking over his personality. Throughout the books, particularly the Two Towers, Gollum refers to himself as both Gollum and Smeagol.
Nobody likes you. Not listening.
This is likely an effect of him having had the ring for so long. Even early in the Fellowship of the Ring, the book and the movie, mind you, we see Bilbo call the ring, "my precious," mimicking Smeagol and turning somewhat evil to resemble the creature we call Gollum. In the book, the conversation goes a little deeper, with Bilbo stating, "Well, if you want my ring yourself, say so, but you won't get it. I won't give my precious away, I tell you." Then the book says his hand strayed to the hilt of his small sword. The ring's true personality, that a lot of people are calling Gollum, began to show through at this point. Even his cough during the conversation mimics the creature Gollum.
But not by you.
Later on in Rivendell, we observe Bilbo, whom has aged significantly after losing the ring from his grasp. This is another subtle but extremely important point in proving this theory. In the film, Bilbo asks Frodo to hold it again one last time? And we all remember, quite possibly one of the most frightening parts in the entire film trilogy. I have to say, I would have handed over every ring I owned at that point. Even Isildur, the guy that chopped Sauron's finger off and found and kept the ring, kept a series of journals that Gandalf later found. In the journals, he refers to the ring as the One Ring. It should be an heirloom to my kingdom. It is precious to me. What are the odds that a guy that lived thousands of years before Smeagol would have used the exact same terminology to describe the ring? Moving on to the Two Towers, Frodo seems to have a moment of realization when Smeagol saves him from drowning from the dead marshes, realizing that they aren't that different. Watching even closer, Frodo completely ignores his best friend Sam. It's at this point that he likely feels the effects of the ring changing his personality into something similar to Smeagol. He even confronts Smeagol a little bit later.
You were not so very different from a hobbit once, were you? Smeagol.
I believe it is at this point that Frodo realizes the personality Gollum has taken over Smeagol. A bit later, possibly one of the most telling parts in the film and literature is when Frodo tells Sam, "You have no idea what the ring did to him, what it's still doing to him." It's almost as if Frodo knows the ring has already begun to alter his own personality and change him into Gollum. While referring to Smeagol, he goes on to tell Sam that,
I have to believe he can come back.
Knowing that the ego of the ring has changed Smeagol permanently, Frodo hopes his own personality will revert after destroying the ring. Only moments later in the scene, Frodo refers to his task to destroy the ring as
mine, my own,
mimicking Smeagol, as well as his uncle Bilbo sometime before. And last but not least, in one of the best scenes of the saga, and one of the best excerpts from the book trilogy, we see Frodo mimic Smeagol yet again by claiming, "The ring is mine," with a final battle scene that ends with both Smeagol and the ring being destroyed. The imprinting of the ring's personality, Gollum, onto Frodo never changed, however, hence his voyage to the Undying Lands. He was never the same. And I'll leave you with this. A few deleted scenes of Frodo actually morphing into a creature that looks identical to Gollum. Thanks for watching, fellow hobbits. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you hated it. Either way, until next time, my precious.